Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It's time for Friday night on the Homestead, and tonight's topic is food devaluation and shrinkflation. And how's everybody doing out there? Okay, all right. Let's go up here and say hi to everybody, and let me drop this down in here. Technical difficulties here. There we go. All right, so first one in was Walt Rogers, followed by Ryan the Gamer, then Chef Tech, then Troop 1351, then Tibor, then Aideneer from across the pond, and Kaylin Strain, Alicia Autism Froze, Alicia Autism Mom from north of the border, and those are the only ones making comments. And oh, so Mark got a Caterpillar ad. Alrighty, so let's. Interesting thing is with the. Let me go and pin the link here. The yesterday, speaking of tractors, Caterpillar. Before we hop into the topic, give people a few more minutes to get in here. I was working out there with my coyote, and my oldest grandson, who has autism, has always steered away from the tractor. Well, over the last several days, all the rest of the grandkids were riding on it for half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever. And so yesterday I was looking. He was kind of looking at it and looking at it. I go, Eli, you want to sit up here? And he came running around the tractor, climbed up, and I tried to spread my left leg out so he could sit on it because I need my right leg free to operate the controls. And he kept trying to slide into the front and the middle. Go, no, Eli, you sit over here. Well, one of the times he was sliding across, he broke his knee, went over and broke the key off. Stayed running because it was in the on position, but it broke the key off. And I'm not sure how long it was running with the key broken off, but in the on position. Finally, a rip spotted it. And so it's like, okay, I got to get this fixed. So we stopped the tractor, idled it down, got him off. Set the front end down, the back end down, and played around with stuff trying to open up. I went and got a staple from a box, those big heavy duty staples, cut it at an angle. So I had two pieces that were angled, put it in there, worked it around, got it to turn off. But I couldn't quite get the key out. And so today, later on, my daughter came over and she played with it. She got the key out. But today I went up to where I bought it at and found out they are no longer a Coyote dealer. And the place that's now a Coyote dealer is about another 10 miles north of us, beyond that. And so and they were not open today. They were taking a 4-day weekend. So I had to go and order a set of keys online so I can start using the tractor again. And Serena Noel is in here now. Okay, what? All righty, and just looking at the comments going on about the Caterpillar tractor there. All right, so let's bring this up over here. And now, some people are going to be confused when I say food devaluation and shrinkflation. Food devaluation, well, food's not worth what it was. Well, food's not worth what it was because it's been shrinkflationed. And so we got some stuff, in the thumbnail here, I got stuff. I don't know if I duplicated it or not, but some examples you can see right here underneath the word and. So the Royal toilet paper, 30 rolls or 30 equals 96. And also now it says now softer, 30 equals 80. And same thing with several of the other things as well. The size of things are shrinking, the ounces are less, and and this isn't just recently. Oh, here's Mark. This isn't just recently. This has been going on since before 2000.
This has been going on since the late 80s.
Yeah. But I mean,
they started with tuna fish and coffee and probably other things we never noticed.
Yeah, exactly. But around 2000, might have been 95. The one that we noticed was ice cream, and I'll get to that in a second here. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Get back to brand. I didn't upload. Oh well, never mind that. Then get back to the comments. All right. So this is from 2014 to 2018. Okay. And you see the sizes of the different candy bars and stuff getting smaller. And from 2018 to 2020, it went down maybe a little bit on a couple of them. From 2020 to it went down a bunch more. And here's one, 80s, you know, the packaging for 80s, the 90s, 2000s, and now. You know, price on stuff is dropping. And let's see what else I got here. Okay, so for, just so everyone's on the same page, shrinkflation is where the price doesn't change, but the size of the container does. So basically, they hike the price without hiking the price. You know, as far as the price remained the same, they're just giving you a lot less.
I remember when one can of tuna.
What was that?
Fish could make like 2 really fat dishes. Oh, I got a fan going. Hold on a second.
Yeah. And so when you're throwing the valuation stuff, so basically they do both the same thing. Basically, they're shrinking it and raising the price, not keeping the price the same. So it really, and this is what's happened recently. They lowered the amount you're getting, and they raised the amount you're paying for it. So you're getting a double whammy on it, and that's really hurting a lot of people. I don't think I had anything else after that. No.
Yeah, wife and I were talking about how tuna fish, 1 can of tuna, used to be back in the 70s, was 8 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
And you can make 2 good sized sandwiches out of 1 can. I mean, nice fat sandwiches with celery and your mayonnaise and all that stuff. And now it's 5.8 ounces. They left the can size the same. So when you open a can of tuna now, you look inside, it's like, what happened? It's this little tiny crumb of tuna fish in this. I think they do that because it's cheaper to keep using the same size can than it is to redesign the can and get a manufacturer, because they've been using that can for cat food, everything for decades.
But now the cat foods, everybody else is changing the size as well, so they can pay less for the can itself.
Yep.
So that's going on there. There was something else I wanted to show here. I'm looking for it right now. I'm not seeing it. There it is. And it's loading up here. So I load it behind me. I was going to try to show it. It's still not showing good. Oh, well. Never mind. It didn't work out like I planned on. So let me go back. We all know
ice cream used to be a half a gallon. Now it's a quart and a half.
I remember when we get you get the half gallons. I remember getting the gallon and a half tubs. Now you're lucky.
The big ones.
And now you're lucky if it's a gallon. I got some old ones that I was saved you put nuts and bolts in the shop, and it's huge. And the new one's I dropped the whole new one inside of it, with lids, and put the lid on it and seal it up, and the other one's just rattling around inside. It's like, geez. So hang on 1 second here. Grandkids have been in the house all afternoon here, other than a couple times, and say, all right, you guys go out and ride your scooters. And they go out there riding around for 5 minutes. And it came right back in. It's like, and they're making a bunch of noise over it. I don't know if you guys heard it or not. But so let me go back to this background there. There we go. So one of the things, and that's the thing is, everyone goes, well, wait a minute. If it's costing, a can of tuna, now instead of costing $1, is now costing $2, it's increased in value. No, it's devalued by against what you can buy it with. So if you're buying it, it is now devalued to you because it's smaller and it's taking away money that you need to pay for other things. Whereas now there is a way around a lot of this, and we're going to get that in a minute here. Let me get back. Oh, shoot. Get back over here on this. But let's see here. All right. Prepper for the Ages came in. Yeah, the tank capacity has gotten smaller. And I noticed that back in, when was it? 89, end of 89, I bought a 1 ton. It had 2 tanks on it. One was 18 gallons and the other one was 16 gallons. And had a switch to change it back and forth. And a couple of years ago, I was looking and I was thinking about buying a 4-wheel drive 110 for up here. And I was talking to the salesman. I go, well, how many tanks does it have? Well, just one. Why would it have more than one? I said, I used to have one that had 2 tanks. And he goes, they never made it with 2 tanks. I go, let's go to your computer. And I brought up the 1989 Ford F-350, 2 tanks. And it's like, holy crap. So new salesmen don't even know what they used to have, these young punks.
They don't know anything. They just know what they're supposed to sell and make money and move on.
Yeah. And Sumi's here. And the thing is, so I said, so I need to get one that has at least an 18 and a 16, if not bigger tanks on it. Oh, we can't get those. Can't even special order those.
No, you have to buy the in the bed 60-gallon bed tank, the square one with the little nozzle on it. And there's a kit you can get to hook that into your fuel lines if you want. But you actually fill up the lower tank when it gets low, and then you don't run off the upper
better
tank.
Than that, there are companies that sell aftermarket tanks that go underneath the bed because there's an empty space there for it.
Yeah, back where the spare tire used to be, because they don't even give you a spare anymore.
Up on the side, right next to where it used to be, and they make the kit and everything, and they put a like a 1/2-inch hose connecting them, so as you're filling up, it's equalizing both tanks. So yeah, it draws from both tanks at the same time, but at least you have a lot more fuel.
Right.
Or you got to go something big. You got to go like an F550 or an F650, where you can get 2 or 3 55-gallon tanks put on the side.
Yeah, you get saddle tanks like a full-size truck.
Yeah.
Then you have to take a mortgage out to fill them out, but that's all right.
But you only got to fill it up once a year.
Yeah, depends on how far you go, but yeah.
Yeah. Hey, CB's in the house, and Tammy Rebel Canners is in the house. Woo!
What's up, Tammy?
All right, so one of the things about this is, I was reading a bunch of reports and I had a bunch of memes. I hope you've all been, well, Mark hasn't spending that much time on Facebook.
I don't spend any time on Facebook, but whatever.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and help me open.
Although I do now have music I can use for my channel.
Cool.
From my sister's friends, and they were playing it live, and they're like, "Absolutely, you can use it. We just want to know your channel so we can." I'm like, "That's fine. We're good."
Okay, that's something different. I had some of them. I'm trying to find them here real quick. That I saved a bunch of them that were tracking the changes just in the last 4 years and stuff. I know you guys have seen a bunch of them. Okay, here's one here. And let's see here.
I remember when Ben and Jerry's and Haagen-Dazs were in the, what was it, the 8-ounce or whatever pint container.
Yeah.
Ben and Jerry's caved first. They went down to the smaller size. They're now like 14 ounce or whatever it is. Haagen-Dazs actually stuck it out for a while. They raised their price, but they stuck it out for the volume. And I think they're now on the same thing. I used to love both those. I don't eat either one of them anymore, but used to love Haagen-Dazs ice creams.
All right. So here's one of the ones. I tried to blew it up here. So basically, the first column here, end of 2019. And this is middle of 2024. And this is fast food restaurants. You got McDonald's and Taco Bell and Chick-fil-A. And this is what they were using for their comparison. So McDonald's for medium fries went up 134%. And basically 4 years. I'm looking at so maybe 4.5 years. Trying to figure it out right. Okay, the McChicken went up 200%. The Big Mac went up 87%. Getting 10 chicken McNuggets went up 68%. And a cheeseburger,
fake nuggets, not McNuggets. They're fake nuggets.
And the cheeseburger went up 215%. And then Taco Bell didn't quite have quite as much increase. You know, the biggest increase was on their beefy 5-layer burrito, which went up 118%. And
is that nationwide pricing, or is that the average nationwide? Because we know California skews that pricing everywhere.
Yeah. Well, this was taken from, like, the McDonald's was the Figueroa Street in Los Angeles.
Yeah, LA.
The other one was Taco Bell website for Taco Bell, and the other one was the Chick-fil-A website, because McDonald's changes from location to location, even in the same city.
Oh yeah.
And so Chick-fil-A's largest increase was 96% on the 8 Chick-fil-A nuggets, but nothing was over 100%. Okay. Interesting thing is, I just saw and I saved the reel for it today, talking about the McDonald's quarter-pound patty. Some guys intercepted some coming out of the factory. It's supposed to be shipped, and they got one out of the box and they tested it. Guess how much DNA from different cows, how many different cows was in that one patty? Take a wild guess. How the DNA of how many cows was in one patty?
How many what? Pounds or calories?
How many DNA, from different cows?
Oh, had to be over 1,000.
Yeah, 1,300 in that one patty. So basically, they just bring all that meat in, and they got big, huge monster vats, and they mix it up, and then they don't clean the vats before the next batch gets dumped in. So they got DNA transferring all over the place, and it was absolutely insane thinking about that. And then McDonald's they no longer call it pink slime. They changed it to what did they change it to? Something about finely shredded ground beef, and then they changed it to just plain ground beef. The pink slime shit that they're adding to the hamburger. And so somebody at the USDA got paid off on that one. And that's what a lot of the McDonald's burgers all have that crap in it as well. So you're not even getting a lot of real meat. You're getting, and some of that pink slime now is totally synthetic too.
Well, they call it, it's 100%. If you look at the ingredients of the burger, it's 100% ground beef. Well, 100% is from, lips to butt and tail, and natural flavors and all these other things that are in there. But they don't tell you what those things are. And that's why they make the pink slime. It's the beef mixed with all this other garbage. And, we have to add thiamine and niacin, all these things, which, sure. And they grind it up and puree it up and turn it into this just giant pink tube of goo. And then they freeze it, slice it, and make your patties. And it sort of looks beefy, I guess. I don't know. I haven't eaten McDonald's in about 12 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Amazon just came and delivered stuff for me. Let's see. I'm trying to find the other stuff here. There were some other ones that were, I got so many friggin' things I've downloaded off of, on economic stuff and stupidity of a certain, wingnut, thing here. Let's see here. See this one here over here. Okay. Change in price from, let me get this larger here. You can actually see. Oh, all right. Lewis just gave out 10 memberships. Okay.
Yeah, I got one. Thanks, Lewis.
Yeah, Aiden here got picked one up. Sumi picked one up. Serena picked one up. You picked one up. Shawnee picked one up. Diana 2 picked one up. Callie Singh picked one up. Dr. Crispy Rothschild picked one up. Shenanigans picked one up. And William picked one up.
Looks like I got it on. Oh, wait. I'm on Chef Tech on both channels here, I think. Oh, yeah. I am.
So, thank you, Lewis. Woo-hoo. All right. So, Build Back Better. Okay. Price change since 2019 by food item. Coca-Cola, not Coca-Cola.
Cocoa.
345% increase. Orange juice, 260% increase. Olive oil, 219% increase. Sugar, 120% increase. Fruit snacks, 77% increase. Cooking oil, which is a sore subject, increase. Chocolate bars, 52%. Applesauce, 51%. Beef, 51%. Mayonnaise, 50%. Loaf of bread, 42%. I disagree with that one because I can prove differently. A lot more. Eggs, 40%. Milk, 40%. Cereal, 38%. And butter, 24%. The loaf of bread back in late 2019, early 2020 was 86 cents a loaf at both Wally World and Winco. Now it's up to $1.60 something, so it's 100% increase.
It depends on the bread.
Exact same bread.
Brands.
Some of the others went up even more.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Some of the breads, like your Walmart brand or whatever brand, they're I wouldn't even want to read the ingredients on those, but those are
it's
cheap.
The same. I've read it, and actually, it has less crap in it than some of the fancy ones do.
Oh no, I get that. Some of the fancy ones in that are just as bad, but they've always been more, not Wonder, Arnold or Pepperidge Farm, the rye breads and all that. They've always been more expensive. We all knew that and paid for it anyway if we wanted it. Yeah. But now they're even more expensive. So
yeah. So So I mean, it's like here they say loaf of bread 42%. Well, I guarantee you, it's 100, at least 100%.
You got to wonder about. So cocoa went up 345%, but chocolate only went up 52%.
Yeah,
what
chocolate bars.
They're throwing. I mean, I stopped eating Hershey bars a long time ago because of what they do. But yeah, if cocoa went up that much, how come chocolate didn't go up that much? That's because they're adding other things to it. Fake cocoa flavor, which I'm not even going to go there. But to offset
maltodextrin. I actually saw maltodextrin in some of the ingredients for chocolate bars.
Oh yeah,
as a filler.
It used to be just like chocolate. Used to have like 4 ingredients back in the 60s and 70s, and then we needed to start stretching it and make it taste better and better for you. Well, chocolate's not good for you anyway. Dark chocolate, maybe.
Yeah. Well, milk chocolate's not so good for you, but dark chocolate the anything from the 86% up in the, I always mispronounce it, cacao is good for you. I have a couple of the Ghirardelli 100% bars and a couple of the 92% bars. That stuff's supposed to be good for you.
No,
but you don't eat a lot of it. You eat just you eat one of those little small squares. One per day, and it's supposed to help it.
I forget the company that makes it, but they have all the different flavors in all the different percentages. And my wife used to buy me an 85% dark chocolate with cayenne pepper in it, and that was because cayenne's good for you anyway. And a dark chocolate, and of course I would eat a whole. If it's in a package, it's a serving, right? Yeah, that whole 8-ounce bar is one serving. Yeah, sue me. Yeah, dark chocolate's so good. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Here's another one from the sources. Let's hit the source on here too, and same thing. But the thing is, though, all the stuff is going by the same measurements. Now, some of the stuff has changed on its measurement. And from 2020 to 2024, January of each year, and the price increase, eggs is 100%. Everything else is down around 50% or a little bit less. Chicken breast is at 60, but everything else is 50% or less. But
when are they gonna start putting 10 eggs in a carton and call it a not a baker's dozen, but some other kind of dozen?
Yeah, I don't know. But what gets me is here the 1 pound bologna. This $2.99 here. That's what I used to pay for Oscar Mayer. Oscar Mayer now, since before January, has been upwards of $7 or $7 to $7.50 for a pound of bologna.
Yeah, at the deli.
No, I'm talking in the plastic in the grocery store.
Oh, in the bologna slabs. Yeah.
Yeah, in the little yellow bottom with a clear top, so you can see your bologna. And
yep.
Yeah, that's so it's the Bar S brand is about $4.69 right now. And it was like maybe was it probably about $2.29 back then, but there's just so much things that have changed, but that's just showing stuff that supposedly has the exact same things. I saw a reel, I forgot to save it. This guy went shopping from 1989. He had the receipt. They kept they keep the receipts like my mom used to. They got shoe boxes for every year in case they ever get audited. There's what they're going to call it. They're going to call it the Biden dozen.
Yeah, Biden dozen. There you go.
Yeah.
It's a Biden dozen. Yeah.
All right. What he paid for $150 back in 1989.
Yeah, it was like 345 or so. I saw that.
Yeah, it was almost $400 now. Yeah, well, there's your shrinkflation going on.
Yep.
Now, the way to get around all this, actually, okay, there's several things to do. One, don't support big beef, big chicken, and other stuff. And go to your local farmers, local farmers market and stuff. And at least I know the one here and the one they had down in Martinez has ranchers bringing in and selling beef, pork, and chicken at the farmers market, raised on their own land. And same thing here. And you can also order from here. One for, all right, you want to order for when do you want to get it? Oh, in 3 months, okay. And they'll take an order, take charge you like a $200 deposit on it, and when it comes time, they call you up and say, all right, right now this thing's weighing out about this much how much the we charge to butcher it ourselves. Unless you want to butcher it yourself, and they work other things out as well. Like, oh, you want all the bones? Do you want all the organs, which a lot of people don't want any nowadays, like liver and the brain and the lungs and the heart and stuff like that. But there is a lot of stuff like that, that you can save a lot of money there. The other thing here on this to save the money too, if you don't want to go to a farmer's market, you can look around the area and find ranchers and go directly to them. On the other side of town here is April and Kevin, and they raise beef and they sell it. And my daughter bought a cow from them several years back, and I think it was the summer after I was over here. So 2021 they bought it, and they still have meat in the freezers. They went out and bought another chest freezer, and they were using one of mine over there too for a while, until they finally worked it down and they reshuffled everything around. But they were and I think that I forget how much they paid for it, but I think it was like it worked out to something like $2.99 a pound for the whole thing. And they got a lot of prime cuts on it. They got a lot of hamburger,
a lot of chopped steaks. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. They got the whole kit and caboodle on it.
Yeah, we'll probably do that next year. But I want the whole cow. I want it all. I want the bones. I also want the bones run through the saw at 2-inch pieces, so I can make bone broth out of everything.
Yeah. And so that's one way to fight it off. The other thing itself is what I've been saying for the last 9 months. Plant your own garden, grow your own food, and of course,
just don't register it.
Yeah, don't register your garden. And Tammy will say, "Yep, she can it, just like it's going on around here around us. Can the stuff you grow." Now, I saw one of the reels here, which surprised me. It's someone here in Idaho, Rose, and he had like 20 acres, and he put 1 acre into compact raising food. And he was raising so much food that he would sell it. Excuse me. Need some water. He would sell it at the farmer's market, and if you make more than $1,000 a year from your property growing food, not chickens, not eggs, you can then get a state discount on your property taxes, big time. And so basically,
but you got to pay income tax on that then when you hit a certain dollar value.
Yeah, but with the income tax, ain't even close to what you're saving from the state of Idaho's property tax rebate. And he goes, what he sells the food for, plus what he gets back discount on the state, paid for him planting, I think it was 120 fruit trees.
Nice.
Boom! Fruit trees. Hey Terry, how's it going? And CR is in the house.
Uh-oh. Hold on, let me pull up my bacon icon. Just kidding.
And Duncan 1900 Homestead's in the house. Did I miss anybody else? Yeah, I don't see anybody else sneaking in, going back up there. Okay. And so, that's one of the things that I'm going to be talking to the staff sergeant when she comes up here on the 22nd. And we're going to, make a decision. All right, how many fruit trees do you want to plant? And, because at some of the farmer markets, they sell the little jars of homemade jam from homegrown fruit. And people pay, they like that because especially if it's this is low sugar, this is practically no sugar. And, a lot of the families in Idaho Falls are a little more, and down in Blackfoot are a little more. There's some families in that really like cutting sugar out and into that stuff. So
you do have to think about one thing, though. If you're going to sell canned food, there's lots of guidelines with that. If you're just making jelly, you can't just slap a label on it that says cherry jam, low sugar. There's all kinds of stuff. You have to jump through hoops, and
it depends on your state and then your county in your state.
Right.
Yeah. So that's one of the things. She's not going to be here this time for over a weekend because she's bringing her mother with her, so the grandkids can see their great grandmother. But one of the things she wants to do is talk to some of these people at the farmers markets. She's planning on coming back sometime in August for a week or two and be able to do this stuff. But raising your own food, however you're going to do it and sell it, if we can do it where we can actually show that we made a profit of $1,001, boom. We get a big discount. Especially if what we grow on this property and what we grow on the other property, we'll need to do two separate batches. So they need to do $2,002 total, the $1,001 for each property, and then both properties get a big, huge price break. Come on, CR. You knew you had to eat before you came in.
Yeah, but he had to buy twice as many cans to eat the same amount.
Yeah. And so, that's one of the things really to beat out this stuff. And there were some of these reels talking about how the prices are really hurting the middle income and the lower middle income families. Because they think, okay, I can get. They've been tracking what they've been offering. We need to get so many boxes of this, so many things of that, so many bags of that, and all of a sudden these bags and boxes and everything don't have the same amount in it. Boom, 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 dropping it right on down there. Same type thing of what they were expecting, and the food is not going as far, and it's costing them more.
I still find it sad that so many people go out to fast food all the time with their whole family. Yeah. I think there's a big disconnect with knowing how to just basically cook or wanting to basically cook. I mean, just learning. I mean, you always say learn a new skill. Yeah, learn how to cook. Start simple.
Yeah, it's one of those things that just yeah. And then of course I also see the reels about the early 20-year-olds now. What generation? Gen Alpha. Yeah, complaining about Gen X and stuff. Whitey. And I can see all the responses from Gen X going, just shaking their heads, saying, you're basically they're saying you're a pansy. Your parents didn't raise you right. and all this technology you have, we did that for you. We created that. So,
yeah, you're learning on YouTube how to change the oil in your car. Who the hell do you think put that video up there? It wasn't some other Gen Z or Gen whatever. They learned it from somebody else. And they just saved you $40 on going to the dealership to get your oil changed. Just don't do it wrong.
Speaking of do it wrong, I've seen that the reel pops up several times. The girl has her hood up. She goes, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. And she's looking at her thing, and there's this dead mouse in the indentation over the plastic cover over the top of the engine to where the oil fill is. And she goes, when I do it, just throw it on the grass. So the girl says, so she tosses it on the grass. She takes the lid off. She goes, I don't need a man. And she starts pouring blue fluid into the oil.
Yeah. Let's fill it up. I had a customer do that once when I was at Ford. Came in on a hook. What's the matter? The engine won't run. We opened a drain plug and 30 some odd quarts of oil. Well, it said fill it up with oil. They literally filled it till it wouldn't come out the top, till it came out the top.
Oh, but this is worse. She was putting washer fluid.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
In that, and I finally saw the second part of the video where someone else had found her posting saying and basically she's filming the mechanic. She goes, I want to see what's going on here, and he pulls the plug and blue windshield washer fluid pours out, and he goes, oh my God.
Well, you now need a $7,000
after about a gallon pours out, then it changes to black oil, and then it turns to the white creamy oil mixed fluid.
The milk and magnesia blown head gasket fluid. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and it was just totally insane. And the thing is, these are the ones that are help driving the shrinkflation and devaluation of food, because they have they never wanted to learn anything, and they think they know it all, but they don't know crap, and they're going along with the propaganda commercials on the stuff, and it's just absolutely incredulous. Their attitude on it. I'm bringing something else up here. Save it. Now, anyone here that is a stay-at-home mom who has several kids and basically their job is staying at home? I did find a meme here, and basically the mom there said, all right, I'm going to treat it like a real job. And she figured out with all the time she's spending on it that she should be making $180,000 a year for the amount of time she puts in as a mom, as to what a person in an office does. And not a receptionist, but someone else in the office. And her husband's right there with her on it. And so basically, the kids are old enough to understand until 8 o'clock, mom does not exist. You get up, you go to the bathroom, you can watch TV, keep it down. You don't go into food. Food will be served at 8 o'clock or 8:30 for breakfast. And
the rest of the time, mom's working. She's doing laundry. She's cleaning.
Yeah, but the thing is, so she says, she goes, I get up at 6 o'clock. I do my exercise. I shower. I do all this other stuff before I go to work.
Yep.
And then she's at work, and she homeschools, and so basically her kids are smarter than the average kid in school. Oh shit! I wish I'd saved that meme. I'm not sure. Did Kaylin post that, or did someone else? Anyway, someone posted the curriculum for 8th grade, passing 8th grade, back in 1918 or something like that. Holy crap! There's not a 12th grader today that could pass that test. All the stuff they're supposed to know about, and I'm looking at it Okay, I know that answer. I know that. Crap, no one even taught me that in school. So, I mean, that's one of the things, this whole new generation coming up here has no idea how things are supposed to be. And the marketing people know it. The business people know it. And
that's what pushed women into the workplace is you're worth more than what you're getting paid, nothing, to be at home with your kids. So what do? They made them go to work so they can get more tax revenue on it.
Yeah.
And then now their kids are being raised by the state. Well, we know where that goes. And you're making money, but you're never home.
Yeah.
And your kids grow up and leave and you missed everything.
Yeah. I know we're deviating a little bit off the topic here, but I think this is important. It just kind of hits on me here right now. There was a research done, and I've seen. Next time I see it, I'm going to save the reel. So if anybody asks me about it, I can send you the link for it. But there was a study going on where they were studying kids, young kids, like 3 and 4 years old, doing them IQ tests and stuff, and studying them. And then they came back a few years later, tested them, and a few years later, and the kids, once they were full time in school, their IQ started dropping because the schools weren't teaching them; they were dumbing them down and making drones out of them, and their creativity and mind solving problems abilities disappeared because they weren't allowed to do that stuff. So they stopped.
No, they teach to the test so you can pass the test and move on and move up.
Yeah.
According to them. You don't learn basic problem solving skills, period.
Yeah. So let me see if I can find if it wasn't Kaylin, then it had to be other friend here. Hang on just a second. Let's see if I can find it. Because this is one that is absolutely okay. Go to Mark's page. Different Mark. Another Mark I grew up with. He's about the same age as I am. Is it him? I'm going through his latest posts. No, it wasn't Mark. It's someone else. Dang it! I gotta go back and find that. That test. It might have been Sherry Hollenkamp. But I mean, it's one great ones that just looking at there she is. Let me go to her page. No, it's not showing up here right away. So yeah, that's the stuff she pasted earlier. Oh well. Anyways, but there's so with the devaluation for what the food is worth in reality, not compared to what it's worth by the dollar, because and the shrinkflation and the way they're overpricing it, so you spend money on the food and not with rent or anything else like that you need to spend it on as well. The only way you're around it is to grow food, and then the crap that you are buying in the store as food, which in some cases has no resemblance to food at all, really, is one of those things that you need to look at. Okay. Hang on. I got to put this one in here. Give me a second. I'm going to put the link here for it. This is a reel. This is going to make you guys sick. So don't, not sick. It's not gross, but what's going on is gross. Talking about it. All right. So fake chicken grown in Emeryville. I just put it in there. There's this company just got approval by the government to grow in vats chicken. And the guy's calling it, this is real meat. We grow it right in front of you. And it's like, no, it's not real meat. It's you know, it's artificially grown meat. But he keeps saying it's real meat. It's real meat, and no, it's not. But they're targeting to sell it to as chicken breast, white meat. You know, so it's going to be cut. It's going to be cut up and sold in as nuggets, as strips, as tenders, as something or other, and so they never said exactly what companies are planning on selling it to, but you know where it's going to go. And there's absolutely, and he goes, and no real chickens were killed. That's because it's not real meat.
That's Biden logic.
Yeah.
No real money was used to send that much to somewhere else.
Yeah. So that's the other thing that's coming out is that, and they're still going to charge you the full price as if it were organically raised chicken.
Well, you know, they have to buy all the equipment and the scientific stuff and the Petri dishes. That costs money.
Mm-hmm.
We have to charge it for what it costs to do that. I mean, you know, so, but it tastes just like chicken, but don't eat real chicken.
All right, I'm missing something here. Yeah, pretty bad when fifth grade math teachers can't do basic math.
Just go to the grocery store and ask the cashier to count your change back. They can't.
Yeah.
They just read the screen and say, here's $3.87. 87, $3. Here you go. It's like, wait, that's wrong.
It's like the one like I did on the one where I had the receipts up. It's the one place that was supposed to have like 6.5% tax on it, and it came out to be like 12 or 18% tax, and even the store manager couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, no, it's fine. The computer said it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things that's just absolutely insane, and the price of food is only going to keep going up. And of course, Bill Gates is buying more farm and ranch lands.
No, see, I'm going to tell you right now. Everybody says it wrong. Price of food isn't going up. The price of everything is not going up. The value of the dollar is going down.
Yeah.
Your buying power is hitting the toilet, period. And I'll say it again. I know you hate it when I bring it up, but I'll bring it up anyway. Back in 1933, if you had an ounce of gold and a $20 bill, they were worth the same. You could buy, a man could buy a 5-piece suit, hat, shoes, wool socks, all that stuff for that gold coin or $20. Yeah. Bury it in the ground and dig it up today. That $20 gets you a Happy Meal and a half at McDonald's, but that gold coin will still get you pretty much everything you bought in 1933. So It's not that gold has gone up; it's the buying power of the dollar. I mean, we're printing literally $1 trillion every 100 days out of thin air, based on nothing. Okay, I'm done with my economic speech. Sorry, couldn't go there.
So the thing is, folks, if you can, I know some of you have a hard time doing it. Grow stuff indoors, grow stuff outdoors, grow stuff year round. If you're outdoors and you're in a colder climate, look into getting a small greenhouse to put out there. Get one of those little small cabin wood stoves to put in the greenhouse, and where you have to plumb it out and stuff, but where you can get a fire going in there so it maintains nothing freezes overnight, and you're still growing stuff. By the way, his answer is 79. Dude, yeah, that's the rule of the way you do math, you do certain things first, other things, not in order how they appear in the comment, but the order of their actions.
Yeah. First inside, last outside, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you do
inside the brackets gets done first.
Yeah. And
then what's next to the brackets gets done, and then the plus and minus are after that.
Yeah, and depending on how it goes and stuff like that. Rules. Hang on. So I got to put. It's got me going. Rules of order is what it's called. The math rules of order. And so parentheses first, exponents next, multiplication, then division, then addition, then subtraction. And no one ever explained that to me as in school. No one ever. And so they say, oh, you do this. They kind of explain it, but didn't go in it. Boom, 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 down the line. Yeah.
Yep.
What about all the team names in the brackets? I did not expect a sports joke from Kaylin. I'm sorry. I did not expect that.
Yeah. Steelers times Ravens minus the Patriots. Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
No, times the Green Bay.
Yeah. Minus the cost of a beer.
Zero.
Yeah. It's all bread and circuses. It doesn't matter.
All right. Okay. Let me get on this over here real quick. Bring it up here. What's coming up? I've been adding new come on, brain work. New topics for stuff coming up. People have been suggesting them. So there's the thing. Email suggestions for both channels to Camppatton Family Compound at Gmail. All right, coming up here. Tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping, the topic is after the collapse, septic systems. How are you going to get rid of your poo? All right. And then let's see what we got here. Monday back here on Camppatton Family Compound, we'll have Tammy with us. She's back, or she will be back shortly. Oh, she's still in camp. Canning science. We're going to talk about canning science. We're going to talk about pressure canners, water bath canners, steam canners, and kettle canning.
And why things preserve.
Yes, exactly. Did you know that sugar is a preservative?
No, say it ain't so.
Yeah. Okay. Tactical Tuesday on Gray Man Prepping is bartering. Yes or no? And we're going to go into all the good, bad, and the ugly of that. Thursday is the Midnight Ride. Next Friday, this was suggested by someone. DIY, do-it-yourself solutions for daily problems. Figure out how to, we're going to talk about different solutions and hacks to get something done so you don't have to hire someone else. And then it shows you that you're 1,000 times smarter than Gen Alpha. The ones
that's not difficult to do.
Yeah. All right. So that's what's coming up here for this next week. If you have any suggestions, different topics, please, send some me an email. I got a couple today. I switched some things around on it and on the order here to get things up here, and also switch some things around to hopefully keep your fingers crossed, people, that make sure I got it right here on here. Yeah, so that when the staff sergeant is here, the topics might be one I can drag her in here on.
Cool.
And hopefully also we'll get several videos made with her here about things. So, but any videos made with the staff sergeant here will be shown only to channel members, and not any channel members. You got to be part of the staff sergeant's boot on it, unless she goes on a live my normal live streams. All right, folks. Thank you all for your comments. Ooh, got 8 comments. What I just missed. I'm just looking to make sure I didn't miss anything. Fabrication Friday. Okay, yeah, I can see you doing fabrication stuff. So thank you, everyone, for your input and questions and comments. Thank you, Mark, for coming up here. Yep. And remember, everybody, please plant something. It's not too late to plant something.
Learn something. Learn how to cook.
Yeah, and learn how to grow food, and and also make contacts with local farmers and farmer markets and ranchers to get food. Otherwise, because sometimes the ranchers will set up. Someone will come to. I only want to buy this. And someone else. I want to buy a quarter. I want to buy a quarter. I want to buy a half. Boom. The rancher will put them together. Okay. All right. You guys, the 3 of you are going together. You're paying this much. You're paying this much. You're paying this much. This is what you're getting. So, all right, folks. See you around.
Have a good night.
Oh, Glenn just showed up. How to garden. Catch the replay, Glenn.